If you've started and quit more than 5 side hustles in your life and you would love to put an end to the doom scrolling and the endless YouTube videos trying to find the perfect online business for you, this is the video that I want you to watch. I started and quit 26 different side hustles in a 14-year period. And I'm going to share with you all the things that did not work and the one business model that did work and why I have all of my clients use it. And my clients are typically older. They've been in a 9-to-5 job for 15 or more years. They've amassed a lot of skills over their life. They know how to do a lot of things. And that actually can be a bit of a curse because the more capable that you become, the more that you can do and the more business ideas that you have and the more that you think that you can do because you've managed to become a professional multitasker in your life because you're managing a 9-to-5 job. You might even have a side hustle. You definitely have a family and life is just busy and you're managing to pull it all off. And that is admirable. And the reason that's a curse is that in business, you can't do it all at the same time. You have to pick one idea. And I'm going to share with you the model that I have found that is the simplest and the most trusted. And look, none of this stuff is easy. If it were, you would not be watching this YouTube video. You wouldn't be watching any YouTube videos. You just would have done the thing and you'd be out of your job by now. But this doesn't need to be as hard as we make it. And a lot of the stuff that we do is self-inflicted. And that's what I did with the 26 different side hustles in 14 years. I've been a coach for over 6 years. And the number one mistake that I see my clients make is they think that they need to have 2 or 3 different side gigs going on to replace their one 9-to-5 income. I see it all the time. I tried to do the same exact thing. I thought that I needed a couple thousand from drop shipping, maybe 1,000 from a blog that I was doing, and maybe I'd make an extra $7,000 or $8,000 in real estate, and that would replace my full-time job. It is just dumb. And I didn't know any better because that was what I saw all of the millionaires doing was, hey, you got to have 7 streams of income. Well, that happened after they made all their money from one active stream of income, and that was their business. Once I made that shift and went all in on one thing, everything shifted for me. And if you think about it, it makes perfect sense because you only have one 9-to-5 job and your employer, your boss does not want you having multiple jobs because they know you can't handle it all. What makes you think that you as a busy professional with a family and obligations that you can manage another 2 to 3 different side hustles with the limited spare time that you have? It just doesn't make any sense. And the reason you do that is because you're trying to distract yourself from reality, the reality that you don't want to be in your job anymore and you want a different life. So you distract yourself with all of these shiny objects and you just can't pick one. When in reality, when you do pick one and stick with one, that is the thing that is going to give you the greatest chance to actually set you free from your job. And that's what worked for me. I went all in on one idea. Mistake number 2, and I did the same thing, is all of these side hustles that I tried, I did them in complete isolation. I did them by myself and I didn't ask anybody for help. I didn't have anyone to support me. So if I purchased a course and I got stuck, I would have to scramble and maybe watch a bunch of YouTube videos or buy another course on how to do that thing that I was stuck with. Trying to manage my 9-to-5 and my busy life ultimately just became too much and I would give up and I would move to the next shiny object, the next side hustle that I found doom scrolling or watching YouTube videos. And I would say, okay, you know what? That sounds a little bit easier. I'll do that one. And I would end up in the same exact spot every time. And I would just give up because it was too hard. It had nothing to do with me not being capable. You are capable, you have ability, you have talent, you have skills. You just don't see them and you're looking at other things to do instead of what's right under your nose. I'm going to get to that in a minute because that is the model that I'm referring to that is going to be the one that is going to give you the best chance for you to actually execute on that doesn't blow up your entire life. The third mistake that my clients make, and boy, did I make this one over and over again, was we make stuff that nobody ever asked for. Let me explain that further. I did this before AI existed. And now with AI, you can really commit this crime big time. But I used to just make courses or PDFs that nobody asked for because I would buy a course on how to make courses, or I would buy a PDF on how to make my own PDFs to sell. And then I would just come up with an idea and I would make the thing, and then I would put a funnel together, and then I would go out and I would try to sell it, and nobody would buy it, or one person would buy it, or two people would buy it. And then I would be upset and shocked that nobody bought it. And the reason people didn't buy it is nobody asked for it. Nobody ever told me, hey, I want this thing. It doesn't make any difference how much research you do, how much you go into ChatGPT and ask, hey, what do people want? What do they need? What are they struggling with? Until you hear it from a real human being that says, yeah, I want that thing, or this is what I need, or this is what I would actually pay money for, you are going to launch stuff to crickets all the time. And this is the model that has been taught for years, and it doesn't work. It's never worked for me, and it will not work for you. And you may already know that it doesn't work for you because you've actually tried it. The right way to make a course or any product online, whether it's coaching, whether it's a digital product, whether it's a community, is to validate it first with real human beings. That is going to save you an enormous amount of time. I'm talking months in some cases, because a lot of you are doing research to the moon to validate an idea when a simple conversation with a handful of people would save you all of that time, effort, and energy, and building stuff in complete and total isolation. Now I'm going to reveal the model that will allow you to do this the right way and avoid you having to waste a bunch of time. And what I teach my clients is to open up a very low stakes school community. And I'm going to use one of my 3 school communities as an example. This is my free community, Pick Your Online Business, and it's designed around solving one specific problem. And that's what I want you to think about when you're getting into online business, especially if you're going to start a school community, which I highly recommend. This is very low stakes. This doesn't require a lot of time, and you can validate a paid offer within a short amount of time if you follow simple steps. So step number 1 is you have to have the idea. You have to know what you're actually going to be talking about. And if you don't know what your idea is and you want help, I will leave a link in the description. You can join this community. It's 100% free. And if we go into the classroom here, I've built all this out, but I've already validated this, and I've been validating this for a while, because I know that this is a problem for people. This is the number 1 problem for people who want to start online businesses. They don't even know what idea to pick. So I help them with that in this community. How to pick your online business. I have a video, and it comes from these 4 areas, okay? And we use AI. You don't have to use ChatGPT. You can use whatever you want. These 4 places: your current or your past 9 to 5, a personal transformation that you went through, like maybe you got out of debt, or maybe you went through a health transformation or mindset like me. Like that was my transformation, was I changed my mindset. Like the 26 side hustle thing, I had to stop doing stuff. And that's what I help other people with, just like I'm doing in this video. The skill or a hobby that you have, right, that you could monetize, and yes, you can monetize your skills, or something that you're actively learning that you could share with other people. Maybe you're a couple of steps ahead and you want to learn in real time. And then after you pick the idea, right, after you decide, okay, this is the one thing that I want to help people with, you validate the idea. And how you validate the idea is with a school community. And I'm just going to show you exactly how to start a new school community and why I love this idea. Here's the sign up page. And if you go to create your community, they have 2 plans. And one of them is $9 per month. It's a $9 hobby plan. School developed this for people who have hobbies and they want to monetize their hobbies. And there's a whole bunch of different communities that you can get inspiration from. Think about this for 1 second. For $9 per month, you have everything that you need here. And I'll show you inside of my community a little bit more about how easy this is and how low stakes it is. $108 per year would be your investment to have this Skool community open, and you can sell online courses, you can sell coaching, you can sell digital products. Everything runs through this platform. You don't need a bunch of outside stuff. You can host calls in here. You can have unlimited members. You can actually talk to the audience, which is part of what this model is about and why I love it so much. The $99 per month plan is not required for you right now unless you want to run ads or you want some of the other advanced features. You can always upgrade to this later, but this is all you need right now. And they have a 14-day free trial. So I highly recommend that you do that. And going back to my community, this is the classroom, and I'll show you how easy it is to collect payments here. If I go right into here and I say create a new course, it doesn't have to be an actual course. It can be anything. This can be a digital download, so I would just give it a name, right? A digital download, and then you give it a description. I'll just do this really fast. And then you click buy now, and then you can charge whatever you want for it. Maybe your digital download is $27. And then once you click add, right, I'm not going to publish this because then my members are going to be able to see it. But once you click add, now it's in the classroom. And then I would just add one of my slides here to make it look nice like the rest of them. And then people can buy this. You can also have your community paid as well. Like if I go into settings here, this is a public community, so everyone can see inside. But if I go to pricing here, I can have a free community. I can do a subscription where it's paid all the way, or I can do a freemium model, which means that parts of it are free and parts of it are paid. Or I can do a tiers model, which is there are different levels of paid. For example, here, one is $49, one is $99 per month, depending on how much access a person gets or a member gets. And then you could do a one-time payment. So there's a lot of different models that you can adapt here. But the best thing about this is you can put a community together around a topic or area of interest that you know well. It can be a skill from your 9-to-5, as I showed you in my classroom, a skill from your job, something that you're interested in, or something that you solved for yourself that you know other people would be interested in. And what I would do, this is what I teach everyone, is I would open up the community, very, very minimal, bare bones, not a lot of stuff inside. Don't waste time building stuff that nobody asked for. Then once the community is open, I would start telling people about it. And the easiest way to tell people about it is to go to your existing network and just look at who do I know that would be interested in this, and do they know anyone who would also be interested in this? And those are very, very easy conversations to have because you already know them. It's a warm audience. You don't have to go out and start running ads straight away. You don't have to make a bunch of content. You don't have to do YouTube videos. Just go out and get people together. And it doesn't have to be hundreds and hundreds of people. You can do this with 20 people. And I don't care who you are, you have access to 20 people. And if you think about it from this perspective, just assume that everybody that you know knows 3 additional people. So if you're interested in starting a community around golf, right? Like you're a golf fanatic and maybe you want to help people, shave a few strokes off their game. You know people that play golf, and you know that they know other people who play golf. So you can just simply go to them and say, hey, look, I've got this idea for a community, and it's for people who want to, maybe lower their handicap by 2 or 3 strokes. I don't really know what's going to be inside. I just know that I'm going to bring people in around that topic, and we're going to figure it out together. Is that something that you would be interested in? Or do you know anyone who might want to be in on that? They're going to say one of 2 things, which is, yeah, I'd be interested in that. Or they're going to say, I know somebody else, and make that introduction. And if you do that enough times, then you can have your 20 members in there. And then you just start speaking to them. You start talking to them like, hey, what's your current handicap? Where do you want your handicap to be? What is your biggest problem getting to that point? Like, what do you think you need help with? When you ask people, when you bring them together and you start talking to them and you ask them what their challenges are, and they tell you. And if enough people say the same type of stuff, that's when you know those are the problems that people have, and those are the things that you can solve. And that's exactly what happened with the community that I showed you, my free community, Pick Your Online Business. Is I did a bunch of calls with people. I had conversations over the years with people, and that was the thing that they kept saying was blocking them. Hey, I don't even know what business to pick. So I helped them and I solved that problem for them as a free lead magnet. Like, this is the thing that I give away for free. And it's a major step in the process of getting to your online businesses. Step number one, what do I even do? Then once you get that problem solved, then there's a whole bunch of other stuff you have to do. So that's why I want you to think about what's one thing. What's one thing that you can help people with to get them unstuck? And if you can do that, you have a very, very good chance of earning their trust. And when you earn their trust, they start telling you about more problems that they have. And then those are the things that you could eventually make for them, right? Because they told you they wanted it. They told you that this is a problem. Make it for them. And that's when you charge them money for it. Now, we're forward thinking here. And I know that that sounds icky to a lot of you to actually have to charge money for people, but this is how you do it. And this is the proven way to do it, because every time that I've done this, where I have built an audience, find out what they want, make it for them, charge them money for it, like, I always make sales. The other way never worked for me consistently. This way does work. And with a school community, because it's low stakes, like I said, it's $9 per month for you to open one. And all you have to do is invite people in and get those first members in there who can really help you shape and build this community and build out your offer. And that's an exciting thing for them too, is because they get to be a part of it. Like, oh, hey, I'm in on the beginning here. People want to be in on brand new stuff and help you. Like, hey, can you help me? I want you to help me build this thing. While it might seem like the longer way, it's actually the faster way. Because then you completely eliminate guessing. When you're building courses and products in total isolation and you're using ChatGPT to come up with the ideas for you, you're losing. When you ask real human beings who actually have credit cards and know the problems, and they can speak it to you, and you can get on calls, you can do group calls, they'll tell you everything that you need to know, plus they'll tell you stuff that you didn't even think about. You just have to give them the voice, and you have to give them the space and the room. That's why I love this platform so much, because it gives you the opportunity to take almost any idea that you've ever had that you feel really, really good about, and allows you to validate it in a short amount of time. And if you do this and you don't get validation, then you've saved a bunch of time. Like, if nobody says I wanted that, then the worst thing that could happen would be that you spent maybe a month or two trying to validate the offer. You didn't spend a lot of money. You didn't waste a ton of time, and you built the muscle of actually asking people, right? Which is, a lot of you are freaked out about that. Like, I don't want to ask people for anything. I certainly don't want to ask them for money. And you're not in this scenario. You're just asking them, hey, do you want to join this thing? Do you want to help me build this thing, build it together? Even if they're not particularly interested in that one topic, that opens the door to, hey, what do you need help with right now? And maybe you can get some ideas from that conversation. And I always look at the rule of three. If three people tell me something, like if three people tell me, hey, I don't know what business to start, like I'm launching that thing. And I've done that with a lot of different products. If I see on a YouTube video that I make that three people make the same comment, that's my next YouTube video. Because I know if it's three, it's probably 300 or 3,000 or 30,000. So think along those lines. It's not that you need hundreds and hundreds of people. You just need a handful. If you can get 10 people to say yes, then you know that 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 people have this same problem, and you can help them. Don't build in isolation anymore. Courses are not dead yet. Just don't do it the way that you've been taught in the past, or that you may have even tried in the past. This is the right way to do it. It's simple. It's very beginner friendly, and you don't have to blow up your life to do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.